Tensions in the Taiwan Strait continue to escalate against the backdrop of China's increased military activity, which poses a real threat to Taiwan's sovereignty. Under the leadership of President Lai Ching-te, the Taiwanese government and its main ally, the United States, have taken serious steps to prepare for a possible military clash with China. Taiwanese and U.S. intelligence indicates a significant increase in Chinese military activity around the Taiwan Strait and the South China Sea. Large numbers of Chinese warships and fighter jets have been observed conducting increasingly aggressive maneuvers. China has deployed more than 100,000 troops to Fujian province across the Taiwan Strait. In addition, large-scale military exercises involving naval, air, and ground forces are conducted almost daily. In response to these threats, Taiwan has deployed tens of thousands of troops to the front lines. President Lai Ching-te has said that Taiwan will not back down and is prepared to defend its sovereignty by any means necessary. The U.S., Taiwan's longtime ally, has also not stayed away. The aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan and several other U.S. warships arrived in waters near Taiwan. The U.S. also sent advanced missile defense systems and F-35 fighter jets to bolster Taiwan's defenses. Taiwan and the U.S. have begun the largest joint military exercises in the history of their relationship. The exercises include simulated air, sea, and ground combat designed to enhance the coordination and readiness of both countries' armed forces. The commander of Taiwan's defense forces has stated that these exercises are critical to ensure that Taiwanese and U.S. forces work together effectively in the event of a real attack. The Chinese government continues to assert its claim to Taiwan as part of its sovereign territory. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson stated that military exercises conducted around Taiwan are a sovereign right of China and should not be subject to interference from other countries. The escalating conflict also affects the global economy. Uncertainty over the future of China-Taiwan relations has shaken stock markets around the world. Investors fear that a war in the Taiwan Strait could disrupt global supply chains, especially in the semiconductor industry, where Taiwan plays a key role. In Taiwan, people are showing full support for the government's efforts to protect the country's sovereignty. There have been massive demonstrations in various cities, with thousands of citizens taking to the streets to express their solidarity. They are carrying Taiwanese flags and banners with the inscriptions "Free Taiwan" and "We will not surrender." The situation in the Taiwan Strait is currently very tense, with tens of thousands of Taiwanese and U.S. troops already on high alert on the border. And with China's increasing military activity, the risk of a military clash is becoming more and more real. The international community hopes that both sides can find a peaceful solution, although preparations for the worst-case scenario continue. President Lai Ching-te emphasized that Taiwan will continue to fight to maintain its independence. "We stand here today, ready for any possibility. Taiwan will not succumb to pressure or threats. We will continue to fight for a peaceful and free future," he concluded. Steps taken by the Taiwanese and U.S. governments show that they do not take the threat from China lightly. The Taiwanese government has activated a national contingency plan, including the deployment of reserve forces and increased air and naval readiness. The international community continues to closely monitor the situation. The UN and various other international organizations have called for de-escalation and resolution of the conflict through dialogue. However, diplomatic efforts have so far failed to significantly reduce tensions. The current U.S. administration continues to show its support for Taiwan. In several speeches, the U.S. president has emphasized that America's commitment to Taiwan is a cornerstone of its foreign policy in East Asia. The U.S. is also strengthening its alliances with Japan and South Korea, conducting joint military exercises and updating defense agreements to respond to the growing threat from China. Meanwhile, Taiwan continues to build its military capabilities. The Taiwanese government has allocated significant budgets to modernize its armed forces, including purchasing advanced military equipment and improving cybersecurity capabilities. Taiwan is also strengthening its military training programs, focusing on asymmetric warfare and defense tactics to counter potential incursions by China. Despite the very tense situation, there is hope that dialogue and diplomacy can prevent war. World leaders, including the UN Secretary General and G7 leaders, continue to push for dialogue between Beijing and Taipei. We must find a peaceful solution. War is not the answer, said the UN Secretary General. Behind the tensions are many people on both sides who yearn for peace. Civil society groups, academics, and peace activists in Taiwan and China have held virtual meetings to find ways to reduce tensions. We must find ways to coexist peacefully. Conflict will bring suffering to all sides, said one peace activist. The situation in the Taiwan Strait is a reminder that international peace and stability is very fragile. This is a time for the international community to come together and support dialogue and peaceful solutions. By working together, we can hope that these tensions can be eased and peace preserved in this critical region. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We wish you a peaceful sky above your head and hope that the efforts of diplomats and world leaders will lead to a peaceful resolution to this crisis. See you soon.